The election of the president is one of the least understood processes in American politics. This, despite the fact that the mechanics of the process are actually fairly straightforward. The politics are more nuanced, but if we keep two fundamental points in mind as we proceed with our analysis, we should be able to delineate the essential mechanical features of the election process. Once we understand these mechanical features, we will have a useful framework for understanding the nuances of presidential election politics. The first fundamental point to keep in mind is that the election of the president occurs in two phases. The first phase is the process that the political parties use to nominate the candidates for president and vice president. The second phase is the general election. The fact that presidential elections occur in two phases is not unique to presidential elections. Elections for members of the United States Senate and the United States House of Representatives, as well as most elective offices in state government, such as governors, representatives in state assemblies, etc., also occur in two phases. To be a bit more precise, for all those government offices in the United States in which candidates run as nominees of political parties, the election of an individual to hold that office is preceded by a process used by the political parties to pick their candidates to run against the opposing political party's candidates. What is unique about the presidential election process is that in neither of these two phases, that is, in neither the nomination process nor the general election, do ordinary voters cast ballots directly for a presidential or vice presidential candidate. Both phases are representative processes. In the party's nomination processes, ordinary voters cast votes for delegates who are pledged to a particular presidential candidate. These delegates attend the party's national nominating convention, where they vote to officially select the party's nominee. In the general election, voters cast ballots for a slate of presidential electors from their state who officially elect the president. Usually, ordinary voters are not aware that they are actually voting for delegates in the nomination phase or for electors in the general election. Most voters assume that when they vote for candidate X, they are casting a vote directly for candidate X. Whether they are aware or unaware that they are voting for delegates and electors, both of these phases are representative processes.